Cats don't just purr when they're happy. Veterinarians hear it from cats in severe pain, cats that are frightened, cats that are dying. What if purring isn't about happiness at all? A cat curled in a patch of sunlight, eyes half closed, chest rising and falling with a gentle rumble. This is the image that comes to mind for most people when they think of purring. The sound is woven into daily life, a soft vibration that fills quiet rooms and sleepy afternoons. For centuries, people have linked the purr to comfort and happiness. The word itself slips into conversation as a stand-in for pure relaxation, a car engine purring, a child purring with delight. In homes around the world, a purring cat signals safety and a sense of belonging. When a cat settles onto a favorite blanket or nudges closer for a scratch behind the ears, the purr seems to say, "Everything is right." This familiar hum is so closely tied to warmth and affection that it is easy to believe it means just one thing. Yet, beneath the surface, the story of the purr is far more complicated than it first appears. A veterinarian recalls the odd quiet of an exam room, a cat on the table, purring steadily while a deep wound glistens beneath the fur. The purr does not stop for pain, or even for fear. In fact, it sometimes grows stronger. In clinical notes, this pattern appears again and again, cats purring through broken bones, after surgery, even in the final hours of life. During auscultation, the stethoscope often picks up a steady vibration, masking the heartbeat while the cat's eyes stay wide and unblinking. These are not isolated cases. In veterinary hospitals, more than half of cats recovering from injury or illness purr within hours, sometimes with heightened heart rates and tense muscles. Some purr as they are being euthanized, a soft rumble in the quiet. The contradiction is impossible to ignore. The same sound that fills living rooms with comfort also echoes in moments of distress, pain, and uncertainty. If purring is not only a sign of happiness, what is it really for? A cat's purr begins deep in the throat, where the larynx houses pads that rest on the vocal folds, structures found only in domestic cats. As air passes over these pads, they flutter, producing a vibration so steady it falls between 25 and 30 hertz, right at the edge of human hearing. Unlike the meow, which is tied to exhalation, the purr flows on both inhale and exhale, creating a continuous, low-frequency hum that seems to vibrate through the entire animal. For years, scientists debated what drives this rhythm. One camp argued for a neural metronome, with brainstem signals triggering the laryngeal muscles in bursts. Another pointed to the pads themselves, suggesting their structure alone could generate the sound, much like a reed in a clarinet. In 2023, Dr. Christian Herbst's team removed larynges from recently deceased cats, passed warm air through them, and found the tissue vibrated at 25 to 30 hertz, even without neural input. This ex vivo proof showed the larynx anatomy alone can create the purr, while the nervous system likely shapes its timing and force. Evolution has kept the purr alive in cats for reasons that reach far beyond a simple sign of happiness. One idea centers on self-healing. Researchers have found that the low-frequency vibrations of a purr, often between 25 and 30 hertz, closely match the frequencies used in physical therapy to promote bone growth and tissue repair. In laboratory settings, these vibrations stimulate osteoblast activity, the very cells responsible for building new bone. Cats recovering from fractures or surgery often begin to purr within hours, and some small studies suggest their healing time may be faster than expected. A second possibility lies in how purring affects the body's stress response. During a sustained purr, measurements show a drop in circulating cortisol, the hormone linked to fear and anxiety. Heart rate variability increases, a sign that the nervous system is shifting into a calmer, restorative mode. This suggests that purring acts as a built-in regulator, helping cats manage pain, fear, or uncertainty by soothing their own biology from the inside out. There is also an advantage in the earliest days of life. Newborn kittens, born blind and deaf, are guided to their mother by her steady purr. Playback experiments show that even at just a few days old, kittens will turn toward the source of a purr, using it as a beacon for warmth, safety, and food. In this way, the purr becomes a survival tool, anchoring the bond between mother and offspring and giving vulnerable kittens their first orientation in the world. In a quiet lab at the University of Sussex, a row of speakers plays two recordings. The first is a typical cat purr, low and steady, almost soothing. The second, just as soft at first, suddenly cuts through with a faint, urgent cry, a high-pitched thread woven into the rumble. This is the work of Dr. Karen McComb, who discovered that some cats embed a 3 to 8 kHz spike in their purrs. When played to human listeners, the difference is immediate. People rate the manipulated purr as more pressing, less pleasant, and far harder to ignore. In blind tests, the urgency rating jumps sharply. The sound is no accident. It's a carefully tuned signal, one that taps into the same frequency range as a hungry baby's wail, designed to get results. That high-pitched spike lands right inside the frequency band our brains are tuned to notice, a range shared with human infant cries. Suddenly, even the most distracted person feels an urge to respond. Every purr you hear holds more than comfort. It is a secret language of survival. In a world growing louder, sometimes the quietest signals reveal the deepest truths. What do you hear?